Welcome to the Safety Third podcast. Today's episode, we have a very special guest. It's beepity bop beep bop boop musician Daniel Thrasher. That is a porn star name. You know that, right?
It's because I'm a porn star.
Oh, well, that's not even a joke anymore.
Yeah, I don't know why you put all my stuff on there.
Our first porn star on the podcast.
Wow, you know,
God,
I
do
do
have a lot
that
of
kind
safety
of stuff
questions for you.
free, Daniel. That's amazing that you get paid to do that.
You gotta find the right sponsors.
I would pay money to do that.
Yeah, wait. You went from doing it for free to paying money?
What's the opposite
Honestly,
of a porn star?
as long as money's involved.
Today's porn was brought to you by
Raid Shadow Legend.
You're holding up the phone with like your penis. All right, let's move on. Sorry.
You know, yeah, it's better. Like last week we opened the podcast. I asked everybody how many. Actually, we should just do this every time. How many people have seen your penis, Daniel?
Way too many.
It can be a doctor.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like friends.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Florida
Like,
friends.
it could be an
are different.
accident.
Each
No,
person only counts as one instance.
None of these were by accident. None of these were by accident. Man, I majored in musical theater in high school, dude. Like, you'd walk out. It would be. Never mind. I'm gonna move on from this.
Wow. Wow.
Dude, you know what? My favorite sort of like theater thing. I wasn't in theater, but like, what's the Harry Potter guy's name? God, how do I not
With
know
Daniel
this?
Radcliffe?
Daniel Radcliffe. Yeah.
Oh.
He like after Harry Potter, like one of the first things he did was that like stage play
Equus,
where he's
yeah.
butt naked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like whoa.
I was thinking about that yesterday. I just saw Harry Potter yesterday. The Goblet of Fire. That one. It's pretty dark.
Harry's pecker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Goblet of Fire, is that where Cedric gets not
don't
to
spoil
drop
it.
any spoilers?
Oh, yeah. Spoilers. I think
That's where
what's,
Dumbledore drives the semi truck off of the freeway overpass.
I think
That's
once there's
it.
enough time where you can
and then it
see,
transforms into a giant robot.
Once you can
Yeah.
look up pictures of the main character's penis, I think spoilers are not a thing anymore. You know, once there's enough time passed
That-
where you can see his dick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Name one other instance where that works.
What other actors?
I mean, there's still time for like
Colin-
the Hunger Games. Oh wait, no, that did actually happen.
No, but that wasn't. Yeah, but that doesn't count. It doesn't
No,
count.
that doesn't. That doesn't, because that was not our choice.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Oops.
It was like a decade ago with the huge iCloud leak or
Yeah, that's crazy.
iCloud hacking thing.
Oh god, this is going somewhere dark. You gonna introduce the other two of us, Will?
No.
Yeah,
It's-
we're not worth it.
You know, I love reading the comments for this podcast. Like, it's just a lot of them are
Wait,
really
where is it?
positive.
I want to see what I'm getting into here.
You can search
No.
safety- I don't know if.
You can read only the comments of when you appear.
No,
Yeah.
that sounds
No.
good.
Yeah.
gonna
No.
leave it alone.
Wait.
I just want to see
I
what
don't know
I'm
how
getting
we'll
into.
police that, but
But some of them are like I don't know who that sufficiently advanced guy is, or I'm only here for now. It's so funny
Yeah.
to see like someone will be here for just one specific person, and they like don't know who someone else is, and then someone else knows who that person and doesn't know anyone else is. This is great, dude. This is like the perfect combination of, you know, you get everybody dragging everybody in.
Yeah, I love
Look at how we
disappointing
can steal
people.
Daniel Thrasher's audience.
I don't even know.
yeah,
who
Daniel's
I
the
am.
most outside
Yeah.
right now.
Actually, I'm inside, but
What's
But you're actually in a little studio space that is separate from your house.
that
right?
is true. That is true. So I am outside.
you serious?
After all.
You have a-
You're the
you-
most outside.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, you got to come see my house, man.
I really want to.
Yeah.
I really, really want to. You said you were getting it furnished, and so I figured I had to wait.
Yeah,
until you get it
yeah.
furnished.
I don't think these red curtains are gonna stay. I'm gonna paint the walls white and the floors.
Did
are
you
gonna
put them
get
in?
Changed out. No. This is
Oh,
from the
they already-
last owner.
Oh, okay. They're just window curtains, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
All
Okay,
right.
because it looks like a stage. Like there's a stage right next to you. Or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
You're about to walk out on.
I kind of like that vibe though. It gives me, good juju. It reminds me of my theater days.
Now, Daniel,
Yeah.
you mentioned that when you were in theater, you showed your wiener to a bunch of people, not on accident.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips on what we can do to show our wieners to more people? In terms of like, did you use any specific
Wait.
colognes or like
Alan,
clothing?
he just said he didn't do it on accident. You know, it didn't say that the other people consented to it.
There's like some
So-
FBI agent taking notes.
So his
right now.
advice is like you might not be asking.
I think
for great advice.
Alan is trying to ask
okay,
how to.
so I will
how do
say,
you,
just to clear the air here, so I don't get like me too'd or whatever.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to imply
clear-
anything.
You know, we
Sorry.
were working
I
with
went
good.
to-
Sorry,
went to-
sorry. I kind of half implied something about Daniel. I,
went
I
to-
apologize.
I
Wait,
went to
keep
a
talking so Daniel can't have an excuse.
No.
He can't hear him explain himself. I think Alan's
Sorry,
trying to ask for
I'll be
dating
quiet.
advice.
I'll be quiet.
I
Defend
went
yourself.
to a performing arts magnet high school, and it was like a game in this high school. I don't think I invented the game, where and it wasn't it wasn't like my wiener. All right, it was like balls, and so like you're backstage.
Okay, that's it.
And you would pull your balls out of the zipper, and you would just sort of walk around and be like, so are you guys ready for scene 3 or whatever? And just like you would wait until
This?
so, like the idea is that you have a full conversation with somebody, and then mid through the conversation, they look down and they see.
So you're saying there were a
balls
lot
out.
of people walking around with their balls out.
Definitely, like at least 3 in every show I've ever been in. I think that's
pretty classic.
I'm so serious, Bex. I swear, I'm not the only guy.
I say number
typical.
1, this sounds like it's a very theater thing, and number
Yeah.
2, like this is exactly what my friends would do in high school. Is they'd be
Yeah.
like, look at the time, and they'd be like, like wrapped around their wrist, like a clock, like a wristwatch. It's like Jesus, or
Exactly
like
right.
pictures where it's like, oh man, I got like there's like a piece. Oh god, jeez, I don't know. One of my friends would say, oh man, there's like I got a piece of bubble gum stuck on my pants, and you like look down, but it's just.
I remember with
I
my
love that.
friends, it was you want to see my new belt, and it would be balls. They would just be balls.
I love that.
So I have to say, it's kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe it's not weird. My friends didn't really do that.
Oh wait, Nigel, you've never seen your friend's balls?
We can
I'm
do
not
it right
saying
now.
that.
Nigel, what time
Yeah,
is it?
I'm saying that nobody played games.
Nigel, you want to see my new belt? Here, I'll
Time
stand
to
up so you can see my new belt.
I'm gonna be very careful around you guys now.
I will. My second excuse is I'm from Florida, so I don't know what you guys have going
What?
for you.
I
Yeah.
did not know that. I just did not. You seem too put together to be from there.
That's a mistake.
Can we talk about Florida?
Sure,
What
it's hot.
there's something wrong with Florida a little bit.
Yeah.
Like the people can't drive.
Oh yeah.
Is it old people?
Yeah. US 19. It's everything. US 19 is the main vein through the state of Florida, so it goes all the way up to Tallahassee, which is the capital of Florida, where FSU is, and then it goes all the way down. I learned how to drive stick shift on US 19. US 19 is called Death's Highway because it is the deadliest highway in the United States.
Dude, we drove it a couple of times when we were at Kevin's house, and
Yeah, in Sarasota.
yeah, in Sarasota, and it was like Los Angeles traffic is something different because like there's just too many people, and so they
Yeah.
drive really aggressively. But in Florida, there wasn't really traffic, but people were still driving like aggressively. Like it didn't make any sense.
Yeah, they got places to be.
They have places, but there's no reason to drive like that because the freeway's pretty wide open.
You know what I will say about Florida? The last time I visited Florida was fairly recently. It was like a month ago. The lights, the traffic lights themselves. I love how they do the lights in Los Angeles because it's like, a light max will take 30 seconds and then you're going. You're always moving
Yeah.
in California, but in Florida the lights are like 3 minutes. Okay, and I have IBS. All right, so I have to poop all the time. So last time I was out there in Florida, oh my God, I was sitting at a light and I was like, why? There's nobody here. There is no,
Yeah.
and I was like, it was terrible. So
there
that's
was
why
one-
you drive fast. The fastest I've ever driven in my life is because I've had to poop, and I'm sure that's true of each and
That's-
every one of you.
Huh.
they will not give you a ticket. No way. You'd be like, I have to poop, officer.
But the
Right?
thing is, like,
What are they gonna
that's
do?
an interesting conundrum. Like, if you have to go to the bathroom so bad that it's an
Yeah.
emergency, and you're speeding, and then a cop flashes his lights,
Yeah.
like that if he stops you, you're not making it. So
I
like,
would
what do you
shit
do?
my pants.
You
I would
just tell him like,
absolutely
bro,
shit my
I
Yeah.
just shit my pants. I'm
Yeah.
literally actively shitting my pants.
And then he
for
gives
alcohol.
you a ticket anyway. He's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like
This is the worst day of your
if
life.
there's
He
one
puts the ticket
common
on you, and you're like,
if there's
Yeah.
anything that people understand, it's like trying not to shit your pants. Like if a cop is gonna get anything, I think he's gonna understand. Like, oh shit, this guy just shit his pants.
yeah. It's like, what is that I smell in your car?
Just
sir?
the look of defeat on your face when he walks up to
I
the
feel-
door.
I feel like they don't care.
You roll down the window like this much.
Yeah, he's like,
To where
officer,
they can
officer,
smell it.
I was
That
trying
way-
to make
that way
it.
the-
I didn't make it.
If you crack the window only a little bit, it'll like the air will like come out as like a jet, it'll be, like a much more focused stream of crap smell.
It's like whatever
Right in
the
his
opposite
face.
of an air purifier is.
You like force him to stick his face right up to the crack so he can talk to you. It's just like, yeah.
How
Florida
fast?
is,
He goes like, "How fast are you going?" And you're like, "Not fast enough." That's so terrible.
Daniel, how does coffee affect you?
I just had some earlier.
Did
Oh,
it,
boy.
Right before
Does
the
it-
podcast.
Does it make
I'm a
Steamy
ticking
Beat
time bomb,
happen
frankly.
quickly?
No,
Or
I
is
mean,
it- yeah.
look, I have a gastroenterologist, I have a dietitian, I have a primary doctor, and a therapist, and a personal trainer, and all of these people
Whoa.
together
Is the
can't
personal
fix 'em.
trainer just for
still
your
can't
butthole?
fix my bowels.
You have a personal trainer just for your butt?
No, I mean I do squats, but no. But my point being, like, they all sort of communicate with me and with each other, and we talk about.
Whoa. It's
You
like
know,
a whole team.
It is, and I'm very lucky for that. But like, it's hard. It's hard to explain. It's difficult. But like, caffeine triggers anxiety, and anxiety triggers IBS, or caffeine triggers the IBS / acid
IBS,
reflux thing I got going on, and then that triggers anxiety. It's a weird.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. But
Nothing
sometimes-
gives me more anxiety than knowing I'm about to crap my pants.
right, and then it's cyclical.
It's just a complete. Like,
That's why I
complete
drive
loop.
fast.
I have never crapped my pants. That's never happened or anything. But the last time I picked my mom up from the airport, it was my mom and my brother. I was feeling nervous for some reason. And the whole way there, I was like, am I going to throw up? Why am I going to throw up? I just had Chipotle like 30 minutes before. I learned recently that I'm very lactose intolerant.
Oh.
Like clockwork. 30 minutes, I'm out. So no more dairy. But I'm driving over to the airport to pick up my mom. And my mom is like, she's 5'0". She might be 4'11" actually, and she's 58, whatever. And so she comes out, and she's like, all right, let's go. And I'm like throwing their bags in my car, and I say, I give my mom my car keys, and I'm like, I need you to do a couple laps. And so she's like, what? This is LAX. This is the
Yeah,
worst airport.
Right.
Probably in the
laps.
United States, aside from ATL. And so I run into the bathroom, and I'm like looking at the toilet like, am I about to throw up right now? I didn't, but I did poo, and it was bad. And so she was like, please don't. It was really bad. It was just a bad. So that was probably the most nightmare situation for me.
you
is
just
when-
What?
had
Do you have any idea what
pressure.
caused it? Was it food? Or
I think it was food and anxiety. I think it was Chipotle. I had Chipotle 30, 45, maybe an hour before. It was like one of those burrito bowls, and I feel like I'm learning that like if I have a lot of like animal fat or like fat in general, like avocado, I need to take that out. And also acidic foods like salsa can sort of trigger like an eruption.
What about spicy
An
food?
eruption.
Yeah, I'm figuring stuff,
Enough.
man. I'm really trying to figure all this out. And also like big events. Like for example, it was my mom's birthday when I was picking her up, and I was like, oh, should I have gotten her flowers? And my brother's 30th birthday was a couple days after that. So I was like, okay, so did I do enough? Is the house clean enough? And all these sort of cyclical
Right.
thoughts were going through my mind after being holed up for a year. It's
'Cause I remember you said like you got pretty bad anxiety. Like
yeah, I was nearly agoraphobic.
Like I don't get it, but caffeine does it. Like I have to be careful if I have too many things going on. Like if I have like deadlines or I haven't posted a video and I'm like getting like really like kind of anxious
Yeah.
about that, and I sort of feel like, oh, caffeine will like give me more energy to do it. It bad. I literally can't do that because it'll make me more dysfunctional. Like I'll
Yeah.
feel like I have to do things, but I don't know what order to do them in, and then I get nothing done, and I just feel like stressed about it the whole time. But I think from us talking, like you have it way worse,
It's pretty bad.
which surprised
I'm
me too,
weaning
because
off
you're like
of
a
caffeine
functional.
right
Yeah, you're like a
I had to
functional anxiety.
I didn't quit caffeine, but I was like, these past few months were special.
Why?
I'll say
Special as
because
how?
I always limited myself. I went from saying I'll have one caffeinated thing at most per day, like, and I would always limit it, just because I didn't want to stay up late.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but it went from like I'd have a coffee and it had to be before 4 p.m.
Yeah.
like a small coffee. Then it went to, okay, I can have a coffee or an energy drink before 4 p.m. Then it went to, I can have a coffee or an energy drink, I guess up until like 8 or 9. And then it went to, I can have a coffee and an energy drink at any time of the day. And I started having both. And once I had 2 energy drinks and 2 coffees. And this it was from the move.
Yeah.
But I realized that it was destroying me, probably both physically and mentally.
Yeah.
Well, I started getting like hives and rashes, and I don't know if
Jeez.
that's from the energy drink or coffee. But the day I stopped, they just went away.
I think maybe that's because of the energy drinks and the coffee then.
Yeah. 1,000%.
It's one of those things. I knew it was a problem. It's like, yeah.
People can be
It's like when you're
oversensitive
doing
to
it, you're like, this
caffeine.
is too much caffeine.
And also, like,
Sorry?
I think there's like tannins or something in coffee that you can have like allergic reactions to. So maybe some type of coffee can trigger like, and allergic is a weird word, but you know.
I don't know
Weird, like,
which one it
irritates
was,
you. Yeah.
but I also started getting like just a chronically upset stomach, and the day I stopped, it just went away.
Yeah, that sounds like a correlation there, Nigel.
a
My-
strong one.
My advice to anybody that has anxiety would be cut caffeine out and see what happens.
Yeah.
Honestly, I stopped drinking caffeine, and so I had a lot of anxiety in my probably up until like my mid-20s, and as I was drinking
You
so
laugh
much,
like you
and
remember the hot mess you were back then.
no, so I see you drinking a Red Bull. I graduated to drinking like the full large NOS cans.
Wow.
No.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and that's when I was like, maybe there's something wrong here. But I started actually questioning if I was like, do I have an anxiety disorder again?
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait a second, maybe it's the large can of, because I would drink a Red Bull, then I drank the NOS, and then I would have coffee, and I was like, that might be correlated. I just felt it helped Bill, and I did everything, but it's like, man, I was just agitated all day. And I didn't have to sleep either.
Oh,
I was
wow.
trying to
I
imagine,
mean,
Yes,
yeah.
it's also
aggro, Nigel.
correlated.
It reminds
I feel
me of
good
Four
now,
Loko.
though.
You guys remember Four Loko when that was a thing?
Yeah.
I've never had it actually.
I don't think
Dude.
I ever had the
No.
They had to change it. They had to cut the caffeine.
Yeah.
out, right?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Oh man, I went to Florida. Anyway, yeah, Four Locos wild.
That was the
Four
only
Locos
time
hard.
that I've drank one of the new Four Locos was when we were in Florida.
Yeah, we bought one. They're horrible.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. I drank it.
You might as
It's
well
like-
like
Not drink it.
smoke a whole pack of cigarettes through your
Yeah.
butt. Like,
They-
there's no-
yes, that's exactly what I was saying. Dude, the Four Locos taste like like something that you concocted yourself. Like you mixed like a Miller High Life and a little bit of wine and some hard. And it's just like they're
I would
gross.
try that. I
I'm
would
trying to
try
remember what they used to taste like. I liked them.
I feel like they may have tasted the same. No,
Just
it was
with
just the
caffeine.
caffeine they had to cut out.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Pretty
I
intense
just-
stuff.
oh.
Isn't it true that if you mix like caffeine plus alcohol in certain levels, like it can really mess you up? Or is that a rumor? I
Yeah.
heard?
I mean, that's why they took it out of Four Loko, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. I think
Well,
that you
'cause
end up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a depressant and a stimulant,
Yeah, at the
stimulant
same
at the
time.
same time, which is
Yeah.
just on paper.
What would have happened if you
Probably
took meth
not
and
great.
Ambien? Imagine like taking Ambien, like the sleeping medication, and meth at the same time.
Oh,
They have a-
Ambimeth?
They have a fight
Ambimeth.
inside your body.
Ambimeth.
What'd you say?
Well, they have a
I
fight.
think they have a fight
starts
inside your body.
fighting?
Like, you know Osmosis
Oh, yeah.
Jones? It would be like, imagine
yeah, yeah.
Osmosis Jones, but it's like the two drugs are like in a gladiator ring in your brain.
I love that.
Well, I mean, the classic is a speedball, right?
Or like a Red Bull and a
get
vodka
hair-
or something.
You get you take heroin
that's-
and cocaine.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Well, this video is gonna be.
I mean,
I-
I've never done it. so-
Dude, I remember when I was in Vegas, like the handful of times I've been in Vegas, I was sitting at a slot machine, and like, I'm just sitting there like 2 a.m. I don't remember what the deal was, and this guy comes up to me and he's like, "Hey man, you looking to buy anything?" And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "You want to buy some weed?" And I'm like, "No, no, thank you." I'm just sitting here throwing my money into a slot machine instead. And he's like, oh, okay, like, do you want to buy an 8-ball? And I was sitting there, and I was like, if I don't want to buy weed, what makes you think I want to buy cocaine? That's an 8-ball, right? Like the quantity of cocaine.
No, he meant the magic 8-ball that you can shake
Oh,
around.
no. I would like totally bought one of those.
Will this slot machine bring me the jackpot?
The answer was no. I lost money in the slot machine.
Okay.
I've
Yeah,
actually.
that was like the only. I don't know anything. I don't know why I brought that story up. I just remembered thinking that was funny.
No, I had that happen to me once here in Montreal. A guy offered me weed. I remember it pretty vividly because it was weird like that. We're just walking down the street after going to a restaurant, and this guy offers it to us, and I'm like, no, thank you. You want Coke? It's like, I mean, I guess. I mean,
in Canada?
okay, to be fair, yes, just because I take that back. Just because you don't smoke weed, maybe you want some Coke, okay?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
At the time, though, I was just like, why would you look at me
Right.
and then think, oh, he doesn't do weed, he must do Coke?
Right.
Maybe it was just a.
That's exactly how I felt. I was like, if I said no to that, like, I think he's like, I don't know.
He's just
I'm
going through
rolling
his-
the dice. Yeah.
Yeah, he's there. He might as well offer,
that
right?
That's what he
seems
said. He's like,
polite
I'm
to
just
me.
shooting my shot or whatever.
Yeah, I think he's
know.
being polite. I think it would have been rude if he
wasn't a
didn't
jerk or anything.
Yeah.
I
That's
just thought it was
really
really funny.
That's nice. I honestly think that's nice.
I just thought, I was like, who does he think I'm the guy who just buys Coke from a random dude
Yeah,
at like 9:30
maybe.
That's
p.m.?
pretty
I feel like they
interesting.
just like they ask everybody who doesn't look like a cop. That's what I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, you should be
I-
proud
I'm
of
like-
yourself.
How successful can he be just randomly?
Yeah.
And I was with 2 other people, and he only offered me.
Oh, that's funny.
You're the chosen one.
I was like,
I
huh.
was sitting alone, dude. I was just by myself. Like, my friends were like maybe a couple like aisles away, and I was like, I think that was the
And he
first.
cho-
that's
and he
like the
chose
only
you.
Time I've ever. That's the only time I've ever been solicited to buy drugs from somebody.
Really?
In my entire life, yeah. I think.
Nigel's just got
Yeah,
the
I'm pretty
look.
sure.
Nigel's got the look.
I had like.
No, that was
long
one of the
hair,
few
too.
times. That was one of the few times.
Daniel,
Pretty awesome.
Daniel, have you ever
Yes.
heard of the brown note? The concept
Yes.
of a brown note.
Oh, that is such a good question, Alan. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Yes,
What-
I have
what-
heard of the brown note.
What's your understanding of the brown note?
My understanding of the brown note is it is a subsonic frequency that unleashes your bowels.
Would you have you ever attempted to play a brown note?
So you can't play it on a piano.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's hard to find speakers that go underneath 20 hertz because the average human hearing is 20 to 20,000 hertz.
Geez, you
So,
actually know a lot
you know-
about this.
Yeah.
Is it?
Wait a second. I feel like you're talking to like this is the right group of people
Yeah. Go ahead.
to to try to figure out how to make the brown note.
Would you be willing
Well-
to try it? Would you, because you have these IBS problems, and it just seems like if anyone's gonna get triggered by a brown note, it's gonna be you.
Laxasound, the laxative for your ears. Sure. I mean, yeah. The thing is, though, I'm probably the worst guy, right? Because you won't know if it's from my IBS or if it's from the
No one's gonna
speakers
care.
playing.
We
So
just want to see you
I'm
poop
always the
yourself. We're
ticking
not
time
gonna
bomb.
care why you do
Remember,
it.
we were talking about the YouTube algorithm earlier and like this sort of measurement of satisfaction. If I watched a
Yeah,
video and saw
yeah.
Daniel Thrasher crap his pants, I would be satisfied.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
According to
Great.
Wikipedia, MythBusters tried it and they declared it as
Oh yeah, but that's
busted.
MythBusters.
But also-
that's
well,
not real science.
MythBusters are dumb.
Yeah,
But
we're
also
smarter
there's-
than
there's
them.
a show
Whoa,
called
wait,
Brainiac.
wait, Alan. You go, MythBusters is not real science. We're gonna do this.
Yes. Dude, if you
Yes.
look at just
Yeah,
from our
we're
educational
YouTubers.
background versus the MythBusters, we're actually way more qualified to do that sort of thing than the MythBusters.
Is that true?
Sadly enough.
Yeah.
Alan, qualified
Well,
on paper.
On paper.
Yeah.
on paper,
Yeah.
That's the
Shots
only
of
I
thing
don't
that
know.
matters.
They came out of special effects. Like they definitely are like they're very crafty, but I think from like an engineering perspective, it takes much longer to develop those skills outside of school.
You describe them like they're raccoons. Like they're very crafty. They have
Crafty.
small hands, but they couldn't actually build anything.
Well, there's like
Opposable
I mean,
thumbs.
like I think the difference between being like a maker and being an engineer is that like a maker just sort of knows how to make things, and eventually you build up enough intuition and then maybe like learn some of the math and science that you need to learn to solve your specific problems.
Like my
'Cause, like,
grandpa.
not saying Yeah, like that's why you got like the kind of crafty old man, because they just spent their whole life making things and learning stuff. Whereas like an engineer, it's like, you know, not necessarily a maker, but they could tell you like how to design something so it doesn't fail, or try to figure out how to design a machine to make the brown note, or like, you know, who knows? Like you could probably find someone who could give you some insight into like what could stimulate your GI tract to like make you poop,
So,
like an actual scientist.
I actually did try this once with
What?
with Veritasium with Derek Muller.
How long ago? You never made a video about
No, because
The
it was
brown
it
note?
was yeah. I tried to make Derek poop. This was like 2 years ago, and it just was it went so abysmally awful that the footage is just in a crate somewhere at the bottom of the ocean. So basically, what I did was I got I think it's a rotary hammer, like just a Harbor Freight, like a big like powered chisel where you can adjust the frequency. And I took a bar stool and I mounted the chisel so that it was just like underneath, and the chisel's pointed right up the butt. Like where you would be sitting, there was a chisel just pointed up there, and it was like bolted into the seat. So you could adjust the frequency down to a couple of hertz, like a handful, and it would just be going off. And for whatever reason, I got Derek to sit on the chair just to see if anything would happen to any part of his body. And you know what that footage ended up being? It ended up being 15 minutes of me going, "How you doing, Derek?" And him just going, "I'm all right." And meanwhile, there's this machine going in the background the
But
entire
I feel like
time.
that's not the brown note though. The brown note's got to be more like deep and subtle, like not like you're not shaking
Yeah,
someone. You're
I
sort of like
figured
inputting energy into
That
them.
was like my like attempt at like really like, if anything's gonna work, it's gonna be like just shaking somebody's butt on a stool.
But I feel, like what Will said, you need to have it where it's like directed at their stomach, so you feel like your insides are shaking.
Yeah, like you like I think you kind of want to make your probably your intestine, like the cavity, like kind of like compress, like do like this kind of thing where you're
Like
you're
you're at a
almost
concert and
massaging
you
it.
feel it in you.
Yeah.
So you think like a massage
You know
gun
what?
would work better?
That
No,
reminds
but
me
it
of
can't.
like.
I don't. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. That reminds me of like sound baths, or not sound baths, but don't they do like sonic breaking apart of like kidney stones and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Like there has to
I
be
think
the
that's
opposite
ultrasonic though.
possible. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you could probably do like a
Is it? I don't
beat
know.
frequency, like an ultrasonic thing that like has a beat that's like 8 hertz or whatever.
Wait.
If you had
I was
two
gonna say,
two
if you can
ultrasonic
find out
frequencies.
how big. Sorry, I completely didn't hear you.
If you had like 2 ultrasonic frequencies and there was a beat that was infrasonic between them, then I think technically you'd be playing like an 8 hertz thing through their intestines.
I feel like you have to dump a lot of energy though.
Oh no,
Like-
these things are saying that you have to do a lot. It's like high power. Everything's high power.
You need like low frequency, high power, like high amplitude to like get, because it's like, imagine like moving something using only air. Like I almost feel like the brown note would like maybe be honestly a little scary.
Is there any musical
Like your
instrument that
ears.
can do something like that, Daniel? Like anything approaching that, like without modifying, like is there any
Yeah, what's the lowest
Yeah.
frequency we can get
like
out
a
of
tuba?
tuba.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. If
it? With
you know
sulfur
what?
hexafluoride?
probably like a baritone sax or something
a
like
baritone
that.
sax.
What do you?
No, but no, I don't know. I'm a comedian first and foremost, and a musician second. But I will say that
Crap pants crapper third.
in a pants crapper third. Hold on, let me look this up.
Because if it was if you were sitting on the saxophone, and it was
Would
filled
it be a
with-
double bass? Would it be like a big old bass and like you run like you're, you know? Let me see.
Has it what? Has anyone done? You said the MythBusters have done it, but I feel like the MythBusters sometimes kind of like
The string bass.
well,
a string bass is the
string
lowest.
bass?
Octobass.
So if there's any
at
real instrument that could maybe do that, it would be that thing right there. Which
Is there, do you have any
for,
information?
for the
Oh, it's
people who
just a
can't see
huge-
this? Yeah, it's just a massive looking.
Oh my
it's
God.
like imagine
Crazy.
a cello, but it's like 20 feet tall.
like twice the size of a human.
Yeah, 2 or
It's
3
like
times,
literally
yeah.
twice the size of the guy playing.
And the dude's on a stepping stool to even reach the proper like bow height or whatever.
What is
Yeah, it's
that
pretty
for?
intense.
What would you use that instrument for other than making people crap their pants?
Music. Sorry.
Daniel, Daniel, what instruments can you play?
A few. I mean, I used to I used to play bagpipes competitively. We'll scooch that to the side. French horn, I was first chair for
that's
4 years.
probably the one I have the most questions about.
Piano, guitar, and I used to drum for a church band. And then like whenever you say you play piano, you also like you have all these extra little instruments that are similar, like xylophone, but like a real xylophonist like goes crazy on that thing, or like a marimba player like with the four. Anyway, no.
Right.
So I say I play like I don't know 4 instruments, 4 or 5.
At the same time.
I took guitar lessons for 6 months when I was 12.
How was that?
I did too, actually.
I hated it. My parents
Why?
forced me to do it, and I don't know. Dude, I like blowing things up, man. I like the idea of
Okay.
like making music, but I just don't have the patience for it.
Rock stars
I
do
think
that, right? They blow stuff up.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I might just have like some mild ADHD.
I think
I
that's
have,
a thing.
I have it.
Like,
I did. Wait, sorry. Is Alan talking?
wait, no, yeah. I mean, I think that's a thing of
Sorry,
of
yeah.
of like your parents making you like play an instrument when you're younger in the hopes that it'll like something will catch on and you'll like become really good at it. I did piano. My parents made me play piano.
Did it
Do you know-
work?
Are you good at it?
It was such a waste of time. I did piano lessons for seriously like 2 years, and I got nowhere with it because I never practiced. And I think it dawned on the piano
Classic.
teacher during one of the lessons. It was just so sad. It was ridiculous. I think it dawned on her that she was essentially like a glorified babysitter because I was playing this piece and it was just awful, and she actually started crying.
Oh my god!
Maybe it was so good.
No,
Maybe it was
no,
so good
I
that
was
she started
so
crying.
bad, and it had literally been like 2 years with her.
She failed.
Do you remember what piece you were playing?
No, I don't. All I remember
Okay.
was like I was probably like 12 or something. I like tried to save face for both of us. I was like, oh, your allergies are really acting up, huh?
You know when you like your parents aren't mad, they're just disappointed. That's like that where like your teacher is so disappointed that you've actually made her like sad.
Yeah.
Like she's not mad, she's like disappointed in
Yeah.
herself because she failed.
Yeah,
Because she's really,
exactly.
it was a
failed
waste
as
of
a
time
teacher.
for everyone, for her, for me, and she just kept doing it because my mom kept paying her. But it's like she did not feel good about it.
Did your parents
Wow.
pick piano?
No.
Me? Who? Him?
You picked piano?
Oh,
Yeah.
no. My mom picked piano literally because she said it was like what Asian people do. It was like literally like, here's the stereotype. Let's play into it. Let's go. Let's
Oh yeah,
lean
okay.
into
So
it.
you both your parents are Chinese, right?
Yes, 100%.
How true is the stereotype of like the sort of disappointment in their children? Like, because I feel like if anyone was a disappointment, they would probably be super disappointed in you. Like, you went to engineering school, but you've done like your sort of like life trajectory. I could imagine making a parent very upset.
I've had very unstereotypical parents actually. Like in terms of like the
Okay.
whole like dragon mom thing or whatever. Like my parents were actually like very hands off, very laissez-faire. I was like a latchkey kid. You know, like I
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, between like 3 and like 6 or 8 p.m. like I was just on my own.
Do they know? How much do they know of your sort of like after college existence?
They pick up a lot of it from podcast stuff like this.
Okay.
And then like it's like my mom is probably gonna call me in a few days after like this, and she's gonna be like, all right, so you made your piano teacher cry? Like
You want to make your mother cry? Tell me what you did after college, Alan.
because I'm that sort of that sort of stuff is like, why even make them worry? It's already done, it's happened. Like
Yeah. Dude, there was a kid that was in my Boy Scout troop whose like mom would like do everything for him, and like we went to a summer camp once, and she was like doing everything. Like you're like a bunch of kids, like 12-year-olds in like these stupid classrooms at some camp, and then there's this kid and his mom. He's a totally normal kid too. I feel like that kind of like overly ambitious parents like totally does bad things, like very very very
like
bad
helicopter
things.
parents, like the ones
Yeah. Just like make the kids do everything and like try to force them and like stay on top to make sure, oh, you're doing this, like you're playing piano, you're blah 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 blah. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I hated guitar, but they didn't force me to keep doing it. I just was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And they're like, okay.
So Daniel, was
What I
bagpipes
did
your
was-
idea or your parents' idea? Whose dumb idea was bagpipes?
Hey, that's rude.
I think. Well, my middle school.
No,
my
that's
middle
a
school
great
and high
idea.
School, their mascot was like a piper. Like that was the mascot. Because like
A piper?
Dunedin, Florida was this.
Their mascot was
the
the bag from Bagpipes.
Yeah, exactly right. It was sheep's gut. But no, I mean, like, there was to be honest with you, there was like a cute girl that I was really into.
Oh my god.
And she stayed after band or whatever to try out for this piping club or whatever, and I was like, yeah, I'll go with her, and like
Daniel's like, I want to be in piping club
I
too.
can't
Yeah,
believe
you
that
know,
you tried to that
yeah.
bagpiping was your way of trying to impress a girl. That's like the last thing.
she was there. She was there. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go in there. But I
what are you
ended up
talking
really
about, Alan?
liking
This is such a kid thing to do.
it. Yeah. I mean,
And
but,
he learned this.
Yeah.
He learned a valuable skill along the way. Like,
Yeah, I use it all the time.
How not to pick up on women?
I do have a good photo though on Instagram. Let me see if I can show you guys. Have you seen this yet?
No, but I do want to know, did it work? Did your strategy work?
Well, no.
Oh no, boo.
This is what I look like.
Oh my god.
Oh, that is.
How would you
That
describe
is
this
a photo.
to anyone
Send,
who can't
post that
see
post
this?
that photo in the Discord.
It looks like
so
a
that the editor
Okay.
can put
it looks like a tiny Scottish man as a kid, like like you shrink a Scottish man down kind of a thing.
Another fun fact was I was on the cover of like their Highland Game magazine, so this was the photo that they used.
Oh my god.
Hold on, it'll zoom in
Yeah.
eventually. Jesus Lord.
That's quite
Anyway,
a glow up.
It's pretty.
man.
I have to
That's
say you look a
pretty-
lot
That-
better
it
now,
like-
Daniel.
God, it almost doesn't even look like you.
No.
I appreciate it. Yeah, puberty's wild.
Yeah, that's a glow
So
up.
so why didn't playing the bagpipes work?
To pick up the girl,
Yeah.
I think you know what. Well, she was like it was one of those things where she was like my best friend, and I was like super in love with her for 3 years and all
Right.
this stuff, and whatever. I think bagpipes weren't what was keeping me away from her. It was like my inability to pull the trigger. So if anybody in the comments right now or watching this or listening to this podcast, I keep forgetting that podcasts are for auditory reasons. Freaking, you know what? Ask that girl out or text her that you're interested or like pull the trigger, because otherwise you'll be like me, bagpiping away, thinking that's gonna impress. And
This is the only good advice that's ever been spoken on this podcast,
Dude.
by the way.
You miss 100% of the
Shots you
hits
don't take.
swing for. Like,
yeah,
If you don't swing, you'll never hit.
for sure. And I'm
trying to think,
certainly I never hit. So-
What's the dumbest thing I've ever done? Like, God.
Oh, to try and
girls?
impress a girl?
Yeah.
Oh, I
this is, like-
absolutely can beat you, whatever it is.
Oh God.
I think like trying to copy like hairstyles of like popular people, but it like doesn't apply to your hair and it just doesn't work.
That's funny.
Oh,
You know, like specific people where it's
Like a mohawk?
no, just like like kind of surfer dudes, like middle school.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's like, oh, like girls, like she likes sort of like the like curls in the hair kind of thing, and then like that's what they like is the one thing with the hair. Like,
I used to
no,
straighten my
no,
hair
No.
did it work?
in middle school. I have a video of it.
for the purpose of attracting women,
Yeah.
or because you
traumatizing,
thought it
dude.
was cool?
I think for the purpose of attracting women.
this is making me like relive my darkest days.
Oh, don't
I
worry. I
know,
got
I'm
you
so
beat.
happy
I
we're
got
all
you
together.
beat, Will. You want to feel better about yourself, Will?
Yeah,
I think
I do,
the
I do.
thing off the top of my head was the most embarrassing thing I can remember to try and impress a girl was, I think it was like high school. I was with like sort of like the weird, oh, is that you with straight hair?
Yeah. This is me
What
doing a
year
prank
is
call
this?
on my 14th birthday.
Why do you have so many videos of like you when you're way younger like that?
I don't know. Because I started my YouTube channel when I was 13.
Oh
so
my god.
Oh, the hair.
Yeah.
Yo,
Isn't that-
I
you like that hair
the
flip?
hair flick.
Yeah,
like that hair flip?
That's exactly how I like tried to make my hair look when I was
Yeah,
in middle
yeah,
school. With like the kind of like the popping out on the bottom.
Yeah. That was
Yeah, but
The key was the straightener.
Daniel did it. Daniel succeeded,
Wow.
but it still failed.
I also had to straighten my hair every day like a weirdo. Like,
It built character.
Al-
Probably.
Alan, give us your.
So
Alan, what's your story?
So in high school, I hung out with like the goth crowd. So it was like very much like counterculture, like Spencer's or no Hot Topic, right? It's like the Hot Topic girls. And so we would like go to anime conventions, and there's this one girl who was like really into Naruto, and she was also like
This is already.
this is cringe. This is cringe. This is the cringiest thing you're ever gonna hear from me. And like she was like at the time, I don't know if you guys remember like early 2000s anime convention culture. They had like the yaoi paddle. You know, yaoi means like sort of like male on male gay love. And then you'd have a paddle that just says yaoi and go around, you'd slap people with it. You guys familiar with any of this stuff?
Much right now. No.
So it was like
No,
basically
keep going though.
she was into Naruto. She was into this idea of like gay men. So you would ship man characters with each other. And so I think it was literally her birthday or Valentine's Day. I forget, whichever one's more embarrassing. It was whichever one was more embarrassing. I worked for like weeks on a piece of fan art where it was two characters from Naruto like macking on each other. And it was Rock Lee and Gaara. I had like Gaara, because Gaara has sand powers. He can control sand. And Gaara was like what's the word? He was like had like BDSM, like Rock Lee was like constrained by the sand. And he was kissing him on the mouth. I drew that picture for her.
Wait. Okay. Before you say how it went, I want to get this straight. You, to impress a girl.
Yes.
Either Alan, your video just froze up. You, Alan Pan, to
Yes.
impress a girl in middle school.
Made erotic fan
Yes.
art.
Drew gay fanfic.
Yes.
For a girl to impress a girl.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes. 100% absolutely yes.
How did that pan out?
It didn't work at all.
I'm so surprised. I thought that'd be the way.
We were like in the library. We were like in the public library. Like pulled it out of my folder for her, and she like took 1 second to look at it and process like what she
put
was
it
looking
back
at.
in your
No,
folder.
she like immediately like shoved it in her backpack so no one would see. She was like, what the hell is this? It was shameful. You will never beat that. You will never beat that.
Did you ever scan it? Do you have a copy?
No,
of
but
it?
I guarantee if I asked her, she might
wanna
still
see
have
this.
it. That's the sort of
You
thing
should
where like
ask-
So you still talk to her?
I mean, not regularly, but like I think if I was a girl in high school, that's the sort of thing that I would keep in like some kind of cringe folder, just for future reference.
Wow.
That's so good. Look at you, beat her to the punch too. Now she can never expose you for that.
I feel a weight off my shoulders. I definitely.
I feel like. Yeah, I gotta. There's gotta be something. I swear to God, I've just repressed all these like
That's-
horrible memories.
You won't
I think
beat
I
that.
have too, because I can't think of anything, but it's like I know things exist.
No, Nigel's
Okay.
game has just always been that good. He's never done any of this cringe stuff to try to impress anyone.
No, it was pretty bad in high school for sure. I just don't remember. I think like Will, I just repressed.
The only thing I can think of is, and this is like, I feel like I am absolutely not the only person, and I feel so much better. Is there was a girl who was like totally into me, and it was sort of the first time that had ever happened. It was like in high school, and I just thought there was something wrong with her because why would anybody be into me?
No, I get that, dude. That's
Wait, that's the whole
Yeah,
story.
I'm waiting for
Yeah.
the.
That's it.
That's
it.
And
That's
like,
just sad.
I
It's
totally
sad
botched it. I totally botched it because I was like, there has to be something wrong with her.
no.
You just think it's a
So
prank.
you just never pulled it. You never
Yeah,
did anything.
I just never, and it's like, and I still kind of like to this day, I'm like, I am an idiot.
I think I could top you again, actually.
Oh, no, okay.
I think I've done that probably multiple times. I didn't realize. I think in high school I must have been much more attractive. I think I was just better looking in high school, but I didn't really like realize it. And so I think looking back on it, I think there were actually like a lot of girls who like totally were into me, but I just didn't do anything. And I think the most
Were you tall
exemplary
back
one-
then too?
Yeah, I was pretty tall. And so
think
I
that
remember
helps.
this one, I forget where it was, but like there was this girl who had like started talking to. And at the same time, I was also taking like these Taekwondo classes in high school. And so like Taekwondo is like, usually there's not a whole lot of like grappling. It's a lot of just striking. So we were sort of going over grappling moves that week. And this girl who had like, I just sort of met, I forget the context of this, but like, I think it was like we were in PE or something. And I was like, just like hanging out with some bros. And I felt a hand on my shoulder. And it didn't cross my mind that it was gonna be a girl, right? I was like, oh, like some dude is like touching my shoulder. I'm gonna show him what's up. And so I did one of these moves where you turn around, you like trap the arm, and you like go to strike their head. And as I did this, I realized it was this girl. And so I ended up just like really lightly tapping her on the face. She didn't talk to me after that though. She like was talking to me, and then at some point she like snuck up on me and like touched my shoulder playfully, and then I did this like insane like martial arts strike. Yeah. And then she didn't talk to me again after that.
It's like that scene in X-Men where the Jean touches the Wolverine and he stabs him in the chest.
Yeah. That's
you
exactly what that is.
Dan? Nigel, you got nothing? Dan, you got any more of these? This is
I've been
great.
thinking.
I love this. It's
like,
making me feel so much better about myself.
I have like little.
Oh yeah.
Like
I'm
little
so much
shaky
less
glimpses coming back.
Come on, give
and
us
it's
something.
like I feel like as Ellen was talking about like Taekwondo class, I'm like I feel like I've done something weird.
You've also hit women.
I just don't remember.
You've also hit women, Nigel.
No.
I think I have the
Not in
worst.
that
I think I
case,
might
not
have
in
the
that case.
worst story.
Let's hear it.
Oh, you got more?
Let's hear it.
It's pretty bad.
Let's hear it.
It's pretty bad.
Bring it out.
The girl that I was in love with for 3 years. All right. This
hear this.
awful thing. If she's watching this right now, I'm so sorry that this happened. I was a idiot 14-year-old boy. This is what happened. So we had this running joke for a long time, where this was like my attempt to like get out of the friend zone. And I would be like, oh, ow, that hurt. Like, kiss it, make it feel better. Haha.
Oh no.
She was over at my house one day. It's not that bad. She was over at my house one day, and well, it is kind of bad. She's over at my house one day, and there's like, I'm playing with this lighter or whatever. She's playing with a lighter, and I'm standing somewhere, and she turns around, and the lighter like lights my lips on fire. Like it doesn't light them on fire, but it burnt for a second. It was like ah, it was one of those long lighters, and I was like, oh no, you burnt my lips.
That's
and I was
smooth.
like, kiss it, make it feel better, haha, my friend.
That's not bad.
And
That's,
so, well, no,
Wait,
this
it's
is
not done yet.
I'm not even.
The story hasn't
So-
even started.
So later we're in like my room with like the door open, whatever. I'm 14. You know what I mean? Like we're kids. We're in the room, and I'm like laying on the bed or whatever, and maybe that's when I said it, or I don't know. But the whole kiss it, make it feel better thing was like a theme. And it was like this inside joke that we had with each other, and it just timed out right or whatever. So she's on top. She's
Wait,
like,
it became. Okay, never mind. Continue.
she leans down. She's like leaning in to kiss me, and I've been in love with this girl for like 3 years, and like the girls that you would like
Right.
pray for. You were like, God,
Yeah.
I love this person so much. She was that to me, and I. This was half my life ago, okay, so she comes up.
all these insurance policies.
I'm just trying to make sure. So she kisses me once, and it was like fireworks went off in my head, and I was like and I'm like this hormonal 14-year-old kid, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do now, and so she and it's done, and she sits up, and I don't know what I did, but I somehow took the cue like, okay, I don't know what to do with all these things, and I didn't know anything about anything at that time. And I somehow, like, I gave her a hug or something, and I, like, started, like, kissing, like, her knee.
Wait.
Dude,
Or something.
this is like
Alan.
people like being a kid is
Dude.
like a teenager is a living nightmare.
It was
It is like an it is an actual nightmare. Because
Wait,
like
It gets worse.
I don't get the logistics. How do you hug someone?
I don't know. I don't remember how it
Nigel,
evolved
it's
to
not
that.
supposed to make sense.
I don't remember how it evolved to that, but like,
Were you
but like,
upside down?
I was like kissing her knee, and I think I thought I was being real sexy, and it was only like around this area. I promise, I would swear on a Bible or whatever right now that it was only this area. Only this area. I'm just adding another insurance policy to the pot right now
Yeah.
for everyone. It was this area.
I would
was
swear
fortunate-
on a printed page
I-
of 50 cents candy shop.
Exactly right. So you know, I just started like making out with her knee kind of, and I didn't go anywhere else. It was fine. It wasn't fine. It was really
It
weird.
makes it worse.
She called her mom and was picked up within 15 minutes. And I never saw her again after that.
Yeah.
I was in love with her
That's
for
like-
3 years. She was my best friend. My hormones misfired. I made out with her
You-
kneecap for like. I thought I was being real sexy when I was doing this.
Fucking Alex is done.
You imagine it
could
from her
not
point
pay
of
me
view.
money.
Like imagine
Huh?
from this poor.
I know!
Poor girl, from her point of view, this fucking.
think about it
freak's,
all the
like,
time.
kissing her knee. And he refuses to move outside that one area.
It
He's
was
just-
so bad.
You could not pay me money to be a teenager again.
Yeah.
Like,
And later,
no.
well, later when I taught teenagers, I was a teacher at Explo. I was a teacher in some places. I taught for like 5 summers for several months. That age group, 11 to
Right.
14, 15. Man, it sucks being that age because everything is just crackling and firing out away, and you know what I mean. Like
Dude.
you have so many. There's so many. It's like a big part of like when your identity is formed, and so you experiment with different ways to identify yourself. That's why everybody has like an emo phase or like a band kid phase
Right.
or like you know, they're
I never had any of those.
you want to belong.
I never.
Yeah.
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 I still
just-
don't belong.
That is like. See, that's the thing. Is like the stories aren't even embarrassing. It just like makes you remember like how horrible it is being a teenager trying to
Yeah.
figure out like because all you have is like pop culture for the most part. You're like
Yeah.
what you saw in like a movie or TV show or something, and it's like how am I supposed to behave? And it's like that, and then the answer is not like that. I wish I had better stories, dude. I was such a boring kid.
I have some stories. I just don't remember them.
Oh
my
I'm gonna
God,
have to-
Nigel.
I'm gonna have to think.
The only thing,
For next
I
time.
can think of is, and it's nothing to do with like boys and girls. It was in high school. Like a person that I went to school with had a party, and I like I didn't get invited to parties, and so
Aw.
this was like one party I got invited to, and I was like kind of bored, and I'm in like high school in the first party I've ever been to. Like I'm not drinking. Like I don't know anything. Like I don't do anything. And everyone's like drunk, and I must have been like 11th grade or 10th grade or something. And so in my mind, I'm like, all right, what could I do right now? I'm like, oh, I can start like cleaning. So there's like this just middle of this party, and there's me just like cleaning. And there's got to be like 50
Heck
plus
yeah,
people
dude.
in this
That's
person's
cool.
house.
You were
I
the
love
coolest
that.
person
Well, that's
there.
what I said. I said I was thinking like from the host perspective, like this is brilliant. I'd invite this guy everywhere. But from like my perspective, everybody else, like it didn't look great.
Dude, no, that's
Some girl in the corner's like, you see
Actually,
the guy
yeah,
cleaning?
yeah. Come on, that's
Caretaker
awesome.
was at that. Chelsea was at that party.
And now look
Is that
at
how
you
you
guys.
Chelsea. Chelsea.
That's what she saw in
I
you.
just
She's
think
like,
this is
I
funny.
like
This
this
is
guy.
That's when you
We can-
swept
we can-
her
no,
off
we
her
can- we
feet.
can
Am I
literally-
right?
We can relive this through someone else's perspective. Chelsea. 1 second.
Also, just I do remember one It's not really. So I have to go through my past because I don't really remember it, as we've established many times. I think I block out a lot of stuff for my own safety.
You don't have to be on camera. I'll move the microphone over. Okay, I'm gonna ask Chelsea. She doesn't want to be
Okay,
on
we
camera.
got Chelsea.
But I have
behind
one
you.
slightly
No, you're gonna be
embarrassing
off
thing I remember
camera.
that I can tell
I
out.
can't wait to hear it.
It's not anything big. It's just kind of. I just thought about it now, and I'm just like,
Or you can
I
go-
was
if you
embarrassed
squat
at
down,
the
you can
time.
just go lower.
by my actions.
Okay.
So
Oh,
Are you guys
Lord.
ready?
Yeah, let's.
it's pretty lame. It's pretty lame compared
Chelsea.
to your guys' stories.
Do you remember when we went to that party and I was cleaning?
Party what?
In high school.
Oh, that you were cleaning?
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course I do. Why?
Did it impress her?
Did
Yeah.
it impress you?
No, well, I just thought you were responsible and you were kind of a loser.
It worked.
That's a yes. That's a yes. It did
But
impress
I
her.
love you.
Do you have any more details, like of anyone making fun of me?
Yeah, a lot of people are. Like all my friends.
So the moral
do
of
you
the
need more
story-
detail?
Yeah. I mean, you got any more detail?
I don't want to go into any more detail.
Okay.
Oh, it's that traumatizing. But the moral of the story is that you will be made fun of by most people, but one of them will think that it's cool and
And
responsible.
they'll marry you.
Right.
And that's
Your
the one
husband
you'll
material.
marry.
Yeah. That's the moral of the story right there.
Oh, man, jeez.
Well, let's
Being
hear.
cool is really hard.
Nigel, what is your
It's
embarrassing
overrated.
story?
No, it's not really that embarrassing.
have to
It's
tell
just
it
I just
now.
thought about it now, and it's just kind of weird.
What happened?
Like I think it was a very advanced move on my part because I was really getting with the times.
What does that mean?
That's not a good intro. That's not a good intro.
No, it's not bad. Like it's very lame compared to what you guys did. So, because I have to go. This is a little preface, just a couple sentences. I have to probably as I tell this, I will slowly remember the rest of my high school.
Oh, God.
But this is the first memory I have because it's from grade 7, and it was just that I think I decided when I was like 12. I was like, you know what? Like I'm in high school now. You know, it's you need to get a
It's
girlfriend.
time.
Like that's
time.
it's time. Like you know, like that's what you do when you're 12.
Yeah.
And so I was think about it now. I was kind of too scared to ask anyone to
Naturally.
go out.
Yes.
Right.
So what I did was I heard through a friend of a friend that some girl might like me.
yes.
Okay.
Good.
Jackpot.
But I was still too afraid. Even though I had, some sort of a little bit of something that should have given me confidence. So instead, I don't even know. Everyone at the time was on MSN Messenger. But I think I was too afraid to even ask her for MSN because that's too forward.
Right.
I don't remember how I did it, but I instead got her email address and I wrote her an email.
Very
Oh, my
professional.
God.
Like out of the blue. I'd never spoken to her before. And I just emailed her. I was like, hey, I could probably find it. And I remember sending it to her and I waited days for a response.
Yes.
It was like,
Did you ever get a response?
I did.
Did she say yes?
I have to remember this.
Nerd.
No, I think so. What happened? This is just sad. This is actually kind of sad, and it's funny because I saw. Yeah, no, it's kind of sad. I wonder if she would ever listen to this too.
No, there's no
Kind
way.
of funny.
She's completely forgotten.
No
about
way.
You.
No, I mean, I saw her a couple years ago because we had a high school reunion.
Did you
Okay.
talk?
It was always
or
like
or were you sending her email?
Yeah, did you send her another email
No,
for the
no, no.
reunion?
it was always a thing we've talked about. Like it was a joke in high school. I think she made fun of me for sending her an email. But sorry, I'm trying to remember the whole story. So what happened was she said yes.
Oh, dude.
Just listen. So it was a success, right?
Yeah.
And so we didn't really have any classes together, but we would take the train home together.
Nice.
Everyone, it was a group of people, so we'd go and sit like on our own in the train. But if I recall correctly, we only went on like the train twice. And the reason was because, okay, not to go into the whole other tangent, I had really, 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 really bad social anxiety from the transition from elementary school to high school. So I basically just was too terrified to go to school half the time. So those 2 times were basically because I was like never at school.
That's still very romantic. That's very romantic.
No, but
Nigel.
so what happened was I think she broke up with me over email. Because I think she sent me an email and oh wait, I forgot that because I didn't, and I remember a guy making fun of me because I came back to school and he's like, dude, you lost your girlfriend because you just stopped coming to school, so she had to find someone else. I was like,
Damn.
but the sad part was in between. I remember calling her so many times to go to a movie and she just never went with me.
Oh no.
Dude.
So it was just a sad story. I should try to find the email though. That would be hilarious to
If you
read
could
it.
find that, dude.
I feel
No,
like that's.
But it became like a joke. The joke was that I was like, she just like went out with me because she pitied me because like I was the sick kid, because that's how people kind of knew me. But
Like,
I mean, that might be true, to be honest. But my friend apparently incessantly, I think it was in grade 8, asked her out. I think like 5 or 6 times, like incessantly. But she said no every time. So he got made fun of for getting rejected a million times. And
You're
then I got
already
some,
winning.
Even though it was a really sad relationship, I had some honor because I still had success where my friend failed.
Yes, absolutely. Nigel, you
And for
realized
that-
like you thought this was a sad story, but this is the
I
only
know.
story where like you actually like got the girl, even briefly.
Even if it's an email.
I mean,
damn
got
it,
in
send it.
quotations. Even if it was for a second.
yes.
Yeah, that's
I was a weird kid too. I remember like one thing I did was there was a place that they sold hot dogs down the street. Like I was the guy. I didn't like anything. I just like plain hot dogs. So I would just get plain hot dogs. But
That's weird.
just listen.
That's
Just
some serial
listen.
killer stuff.
That's psychopath.
Serial
weird.
killer.
That's
Did you
not
peel the
even the
skin
weird-
off your hot dogs too before you ate them? Just like slowly.
That's not even the weird part. The
teeth
weird
is like-
part is the weird part is that because there was no condiment,
Yeah.
I would sometimes carry the hot dog in my pocket. Yeah, no, it's in like a little sleeve, and you put it in your pocket.
Thank God, I swear I was like, you
Yeah,
put a bare hot dog
the
in your
loose
pocket.
hot dog. But I'm saying like I was the
The
kid
problem
who
was
saw
I put it in
nothing.
my pocket, but then the weed would fall out of the bun and it'd just be rattling around in my pocket.
I just didn't
Man,
think
this
anything was
Nigel
wrong
kid
with
smells
it.
weird.
I just remember standing around with a group of my friends, and I just pulled a hot dog out of my pocket. And friends like, "Wait, where'd that come from?"
Oh, that's my hot dog. That's my pocket hot dog.
And I had to defend it because I didn't think it was that weird. But that was me. That was like how I was.
Wow. You
I
invented the
always
hot
have-
pocket.
Exactly.
For me, I have a joke. It's like pocket eggs. Like I keep eggs in my pocket, but I don't actually keep eggs in my pocket. It's just the idea of keeping eggs in my pocket. You actually
Nigel,
kept hot dogs.
It wasn't
actually
for
did it.
long-term storage.
That's
it was
the
just
question.
from like.
How long? How long until the hot dog goes bad in your pocket? Was it like?
Dude,
did you have
it was
enough
probably
time
there
to
no
cool
more
down?
than 5 minutes.
Oh,
It was there
okay.
merely
Oh,
for
it was
convenience.
short-term
Yeah, I
storage.
mean that's still pretty funny.
So you had just kind of a warm. You had to deal with a somewhat warm pocket for 5 minutes, where you're like, all right,
Deal
it's,
with it.
it's ready to eat now.
I didn't have to deal with anything.
Why wouldn't you eat the hot dog right when you got it?
I don't remember.
He wanted
I
to
remember
flex on
just-
his friends. Be like,
I just remember it
I
being
have
like
a hot
I thought
dog.
it was
You
a
don't
great
have a hot
idea.
I have a hot dog in my pocket. You guys ever see that South Park episode where it's like, I have something in my front pocket for you.
I think.
Give it a squeeze and a how do you do? I love that so much. That's amazing, Nigel. I want to have a hot dog in my pocket now.
It can only be unless you're risky. It can only be plain.
What's in my pocket? There's a YouTube video somewhere in there.
A riddle. Nigel, you realize
Can you
now
guess?
if you ever like propose to a woman, you will have to have the ring in a hot dog that you pull out of your pocket. Like you pull the
I don't think
hot
that-
dog out, she's like, "What?" And then you open it and there's a ring, and she's like, "What?"
And
It's
you're
like,
like,
it's even
will
more
you
confusing.
hot dog me? Marry
I love
me.
that.
Take a bite out of the hot dog.
You guys ever thought about your proposals or what you're gonna do?
Well, Will already did
I
his.
refuse.
How did
Yeah,
that
Yeah,
go?
that's kind of true.
How'd you propose?
It just like, let's go to the courthouse.
It was an egg. He pulled out one of
God,
those
that's
magic
disgusting.
eggs where you can put
I-
stuff inside of it, and he cracked it
Dude.
open. There's a ring.
It was so non-traditional that like my grandma and parents and Chelsea's parents were like all really mad, honestly. Not
Oh,
my parents were
really?
mad, but it was just like we just like didn't want to deal with it. I hate that kind of attention. Like I
Yeah.
just don't.
Yeah,
like,
that's my
Yeah.
issue too.
And so we just sort of did literally like nothing. We were like, okay, well we've been dating for a long time. Like we should, I guess, just get. We
That's so romantic.
Wow.
How long did you
Here's-
guys
here's-
date for?
probably like 5 years or 6 years or something
Before you got married?
Oh yeah, that's marriage
Yeah.
time for sure.
But even then, like I didn't ask Chelsea out. She was the aggressor. She asked me.
The aggressor.
Dude, I hate commitment. So like, I'll just like go along with the flow, but like never commit to anything.
That's great.
That's kind of like how I was. And then I decided I don't know. I tried to commit to some things, and then you realize it's a bad decision, and now it's even worse. than
Oh
not committing.
yeah.
Or like buying a new lab.
No, that's a good commitment.
Oh,
There's
boy.
also no commit. Oh, so part of it was the lease is only 2 years. I negotiated from a 5 to a 2-year lease because of my lack of commitment.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
And
That's
everyone's
right,
like, why are you putting in this much effort for 2 years? And I was like, commitment issues.
What about you, Daniel? Do you have any thoughts?
on commitment.
No, like you said, you're
Yeah,
saying, like,
proposal. You brought it up.
proposal.
That means
Yeah.
you're thinking about it.
Oh yeah. No. I just like. I know that there's all these like I don't know YouTubers, right? Like they're like
Right.
I proposed at a and then you make a video about it and then all of a sudden your channel is like all about being married so and having kids and stuff. It's just really crazy. Yeah. No, I don't know. Whatever I end up doing would probably be on the other person if I don't
Wait,
yeah.
what?
You'd want
But
them to
meaning like
propose
in
to
terms
you.
of like
Okay.
In terms of,
I think
like-
whatever.
whatever girl I'm dating, if she's like really into horses, I will hire.
I would hide the ring on
I
the
will-
inside of the horse.
I would hire
Kill
a
it and
horse.
cut it open to find the ring.
I'd hire a horse to like walk up to her and maybe kick her in the stomach and then like. And then there's like an outline of the ring like on her stomach. You know what I mean? Like that kind of a thing.
Yes.
Okay.
But like that, like a
personalized.
really sweet proposal. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Dude, that's like
okay.
my kind of like funeral planning where it's like, you want to be like that comedian that you want to be tied up on like strings and like
Yeah.
around the ceiling.
Did you see that video of
or
this
like
guy?
reanimated like a marionette.
Exactly. Right. There's a video of this guy who recorded audio of him like inside a coffin, and he's like, "I'm still here." And like that happened. I think it was an Irish video or something like that. But this guy was like, "What are y'all doing out there? Like, come help me!" Like it was as he was being. I'm pretty sure it was
That's so
as he was being
funny.
lowered into the grave. I'm pretty sure it was when he chose to play that sound.
That's a pro gamer move. That's fantastic.
That's great. Post like one last laugh. I love that. That's really sweet.
Oh man, especially if you didn't tell anybody. If it was like only like 1 or 2 people that knew, holy shit, you
Yeah.
give grandma a heart attack. You have 2 dead people.
For sure.
That's a really efficient funeral. You get more dead people at the end than at the beginning.
That's a weird use of the word efficient, I would say.
Well, funeral is supposed to be dead people, right? You want to get
I-
more than one.
I don't like those 2 words. I don't like those 2 words side by side. Efficient funeral. I just don't. Doesn't bring up good memories.
Well, this has been an enlightening experience. I'm glad. I feel like this was a little bit of like deep buried trauma therapy we had.
Yeah,
today,
what
like
the hell
middle
was
school.
this? What did we just do?
This was therapy. We'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, the NRA.
No. No. No.
The sponsor for the last podcast was Among Us memes.
The NRA would like to remind you that even though America has more gun deaths, most of those are suicides, and that doesn't count.
Thanks, NRA.
This has been so fun. Can I throw one little nugget out there for anybody who needs it, just to sort of tidy it up after that NRA nonsense? Okay, so we talked a little bit about anxiety earlier, and I want to speak on behalf of just
Anxiety.
as a creative person with anxiety. I started taking anti-anxiety meds at a really low dose, and it affected my creativity 0%, because it's my theory that creativity is a skill that you build over time. So, well, for what I do anyway. But yeah, so if anybody's like nervous listening to this or watching this, I entertain folks and take anti-anxiety meds. So don't talk to your doctor, obviously. But
Yeah. Also, like I think most of the stuff, nothing's permanent. So it's like you can try something, and if it doesn't,
Exactly
work,
right.
then you just
exactly right.
Yeah, you can
Nice.
always go
Also
off.
caffeine. You can probably also do stuff that doesn't require any like actual work, like just stopping, like just try to do things differently, like try exercising, try stop drinking caffeine, try
Go outside.
because it's go outside, touch some
That
grass.
sounds like a lot of work to me.
Yeah. Keep a
does.
hot dog in your pocket.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. Yes.
That's how you make friends and curb your anxiety.
Actually,
Keep a hot dog in your pocket at all times. That's awesome. Did we all bring our hot dog pockets?
Dude, I'm gonna do that next time. I swear to God, how many hot dogs can I fit in my pocket? That's a video that I would click on. Like I would. Just
That's
click on
why
it 'cause,
boys
like,
have deep pockets.
Right. That's when they say boys will be boys. That's what they mean. How many
that's
putting
what-
hot dogs in their
That's
pockets
exactly
again?
what they mean. That's exactly what they mean. Nigel, why aren't you laughing? This is amazing. What you've introduced.
Because I'm-
to us.
He's the
'Cause I'm
progenitor. It's not
actually-
funny to him.
I'm thinking of something, and it's that one of the best ways to make a hot dog
Okay.
is to just put like the pre-cooked ones in the bun, wrap it in paper towel, and microwave it.
We
And all
we
I
already
was-
did this.
all-
We already did this on
No,
the
but
podcast
I'm saying
ago.
all I was thinking is that form factor where it's wrapped in paper towels is really, really, really convenient to put in your pocket. That's all I was thinking.
You'd have to put it in tin foil, right? That's what I would do, is put it in tin foil and
You
then
don't
in
put
your pocket.
foil in the microwave.
No, I
Yeah,
know,
you can.
but
You
like,
can totally put foil in the microwave.
no, you can't.
I mean,
Can
you
you?
can. You can put sand
You
in
can
your.
put-
You
you
can
can
put
put
sand in your
spoons.
mouth.
Okay.
You know, spoons are totally safe to put in the microwave. I mean, I'm not recommending people
Why
do
is
it,
that?
but
I think if it's because
Gotta
it's one
look it up
solid
and find
piece.
out.
There's nothing to arc.
yeah, it's one
There's
solid
nothing
piece.
to arc
Exactly.
across.
No, but it's still.
It'll
it
get
doesn't
hot.
Arc, but is it not? It's gonna get hot. Yeah, it's gonna.
Yeah,
be,
but that if it, it helps heat your tea up. It's like
it's
a
going
little
to create a
antenna.
voltage potential across the spoon, which is just going to conduct, and it's probably going to put a big fat load on your microwave. Your microwave's probably going to be pissed, no?
Yeah, probably.
I literally don't know. I'm not endorsing it. I just know that when I tried to put a lot of cutlery in the microwave once, it did not.
Why?
You know when you put foil in
Really
the
not
microwave,
much happened.
the microwave goes like beep, and it just like does that deep grumble, like there's a huge load on the transformer.
You probably should put like a glass of water in the microwave with the spoon if you're gonna microwave a spoon. Honestly, otherwise you could probably burn your microwave out. I don't know why
I was
decided
trying to make
like,
microwave plasma.
I don't know why I
So-
decided to insert like
Daniel's
pragmatic
just
advice
like,
in
what
there,
is
but
happening right now?
I just
Alan?
like this is the first time this whole conversation that it's occurred to me that I'm talking to actual scientists. This is the first time.
That's
And
that
this
is
what-
that
I
is
was like,
not
I
the
didn't
word.
even know my
thought-
microwave had a transformer. To be honest,
first time
is it
I
a
realized I was-
Decepticon or is it a what is it?
First time I realized I was talking to actual idiots.
Yeah. I was like, this is what you use your powers for. You use it for evil. All three of you are mega minds in this Pixar world or DreamWorks or wherever we are.
I feel like we
time.
should end this podcast.
Okay, I'm gonna put my hands up and like just scooch away from. the
I'm
microphone.
gonna stop recording right now.